Perfect. Over to
Good
Dr.
morning.
Chandan.
Good morning, everyone. At the outset, first, I want to thank Professor Sareen, our teacher, our mentor, our godfather, for giving us this opportunity. Whatever we are today is because of ILBS, and we are extremely proud alumni of ILBS. So this is more of a nostalgic presentation for me, more of a philosophical presentation. Uh, I hope I'm heard. So today the presentation is about navigating an uncertain future, redefining growth and security. It's more of a abstract topic, but I thought it will be apt for our upcoming students when they go into the outside world, outside the preserved atmosphere in ILBS. So how do we define growth? The slides are moving. So how do you define growth? It is nothing but progressive expansion of clinical organizational responsibility, financial reward, and influence within a structured healthcare system. Mainly, it means we can classify growth as clinical growth, role and title growth, financial growth, leadership and administrative growth, and brand and influence growth. This I'm talking from a corporate healthcare perspective, but I feel the same definitions hold true even in an academic setup like ILBS also. So what is clinical growth? Uh, Clinical growth means clinical mastery. That means you're able to get a grasp on the subject, handling complex cases independently. Sukriti, you can share your slides. I've already it's quite slow from here. Yeah. So how? Yeah, we'll go back to the previous slide. I'm so sorry for the technical difficulty. So how do you, this is basically a philosophical abstract presentation on how you face, what all difficulties you can face and how do you define growth and what you can expect in your future once you complete from ILBS. So how do you define growth is it's a progressive expansion of clinical expertise, organizational responsibility, financial growth, leadership growth in a structured healthcare system. So you can subclassify as clinical growth, role and title growth, financial growth, leadership and administrative growth, and a brand and influence growth. Next slide. So what is clinical growth? It basically you're mastering your subject, you're handling complex cases independently, you identify a specific disease of interest, like how always Serenza says, identify one topic like ACLF or kidney injury or ICU care, and subspecialize in those in that and develop that skills in that specific topic. Become a go-to consultant within the hospital network and always keep yourself academically active in the form of publishing research or speaking at conferences. That is clinical growth. What about role and title growth? It's basically it how in academic institutions you have assistant professor, associate professor, additional professor, professor, senior professor, and head. You have junior consultant, senior consultant, clinical lead, medical director, and regional medical head in corporate healthcare. But it's just not a title. It increases your role, but each step it increases your decision making power, your team responsibility, your incentives, and your organization influence, your negotiating leverage in the institution. Next slide. What about financial growth? Corporate healthcare often provides fixed salary plus performance incentives or revenue sharing models or profit linked bonuses or ESOPs, but it's just not that. It's basically dependent on your patient volume, volume of procedures, and most important, the institutional trust in you and how much value you bring to the institution. Next slide. But it's not complete if you are just a good doctor. You have to become a good leader and also start involving in administration. So doctors who grow long term often manage departments, they lead quality improvement programs, they develop clinical protocols, they train junior doctors, They represent hospital and strategy meetings. So it's just not seeing patients. You start shaping systems. A doctor who starts treating patients becomes a doctor who starts shaping systems. That is how you have gone up the hierarchy, improved your roles, and also gradually becoming a leader in administration and in clinical responsibilities. Next slide. In the end, growth will definitely there's a component of brand influence in that. So as you become senior and you develop you consolidate your patients, you'll gradually develop your own brand, a personal brand building, a digital presence. Nowadays everybody is in social media. Your reviews, patient trust metrics, there are different types of measurements of that, and media appearances. So this increases your bargaining power within any organization. So it's just not seeing patients, it's about leadership, it's about financial growth, it's about brand and influence, it's like a cult development, and so on. Next. So we have seen the different the parts of the growth. So, but how do we achieve that? What are the steps to achieve that? I thought I'll classify them as 10 commandments for growth. It's next one. So first, your core identity is your clinical expertise. So you master your clinical competence. So even in corporate setups, clinical credibility is your strongest currency. You have to stay updated with evidence-based guidelines. Very important is documentation wherever you are. It is important for your audits as for medical legal safety. Improve your procedural skills and decision making speed. Participate in CMEs and certifications. And corporate hospitals always value doctors who are efficient and accurate with low complication rates and good at handling complex cases calmly. So this is your core identity. Next, developing strong communication skills. That's extremely important. It's just not treating patients, it's how you talk to the patients also is equally important. Your patient management skills, it's with patients and very important with attendants also. So with patients, you have to be very honest. You have to be clear with them. You have to justify what tests you're doing. You have to explain the diagnosis and treatment plans clearly. Nowadays, everybody does Googles and all. So we cannot keep them in darkness. Avoid jargons. Discuss costs transparently and show empathy. Always show empathy. Even in time limited consultations, make sure you give your adequate time to the patient, answer all their questions patiently. That's how they connect with you, and that's how you can develop your senses. With attendance, handle expectations early, update them regularly, prevent escalation by proactive communication. Next one. So good communication reduces complaints, negative feedback, legal risk. See, everybody does previous slide, please. See, everybody does good work. We all have gone through the same subject. We have gone through the same guidelines. We have all gone through the same grilling in our institutions. But only few stand apart. That only those who develop a strong connect with the patients and develop these important communication skills. It's very important. It's. I feel it is as important as your theoretical knowledge. Next slide. And understand the business side, but definitely never lose the ethical part of it. So you don't need to be an MBA, but you should understand the revenue models, that is OPD, IPD procedures, packages, insurance, TPA process, length of stay, bed turnover, cost control, clinical audit metrics. So it means is you just have to, when you feel that a patient has completed his whatever, you have identified the problems and you have completed the progress and your plan of action is clear, discharge them, don't keep them in hospital for long. So that's how you reduce the you improve the bed turnover, and patients also feel that work is going on. So every day in the rounds, you should take some decisions and make sure the file keeps moving, and then you just define the timelines and then prepare to discharge somebody. So it's all planned at the time of admission only. So good hepatology also means avoiding unnecessary expensive tests, use rational investigation, sequencing, prescribing affordable generics, and knowing your government schemes wherever you are. Because nowadays government is very proactive, many schemes are coming. So it's always you have to be updated with them and give the patients all the options and let them decide. Next slide. So ethical cost awareness builds long-term trust. Remember that. So best clinical expertise, good communication skills, ethical cost awareness, and trying to be rational in your approach, be more clinical, and reduce investigations. Next slide. And follow an algorithmic approach. In the end, work well in multidisciplinary teams because a doctor who collaborates is valued more than a lone star performer. So identify your team, develop your team spirit, give each other delegate responsibilities, and connect with them on a regular basis, and make sure everybody speak the same language to the patient, and that's how you develop good teams, and that's how you deliver good results and best outcomes. Next point. And be data oriented. Never forget that every people are watching you. Corporate healthcare tracks everything: your mortality rates, infection rates, patient satisfaction scores, readmission rates, turnaround times. So always keep reviewing your outcomes, accept feedback without ego, keep improving yourself, always introspect where you went wrong, have a morbidity mortality meet every month, have your MDT multidisciplinary meetings every week, discuss complex cases, take everyone's inputs, make sure that you go through your data, your feedback data, and always be updated in these things. Next slide. And definitely always build a strong professional brand. In corporate setups, visibility matters. Maintain a professional social media presence, ethical and of course educational only. Keep up academically by publications and conference presentations. That is something we personally that we have to improve ourselves. Build referral networks. So reputation is equal to clinical outcomes, definitely important. Patient trust, equally important, and professional conduct. So all three matter to develop your professional brand. Next, present. And maintain ethics. Never forget that just because in corporate you have to bend to the corporate pressure. No, it's not true. You have to define uh, your requirements and never bend to revenue pressure. Never create package-based treatment expectations and never look for targets. Never. Always stay away from them. If a corporate hospital says that you have to do, then you better look for another job. Make sure that you don't fall into the trap. Never compromise on patient safety. Never ever. Document everything clearly. Don't forget informed consent. Know your medical legal basics. Long term trust is more valuable than short term revenue. Remember that. So it's not about the money, it's about the trust in you and what patients believe in you. Next. And also develop emotional intelligence. So senior roles in corporate healthcare require conflict management, negotiate with management, mentor your juniors, always develop your second line, handling crisis together because everybody make mistakes. So it doesn't matter. It's how you collectively take responsibility and handle the crisis is more important. And emotional intelligence is more important than IQ because nowadays with AI being there, people have IQ, but emotional intelligence is something it is still not. We need to invest time in that. Next slide. And always protect yourself from burnout. This is the 10th commandment. Settings can be intense or wherever even ILBS is no less, it's extremely intense. Set boundaries, learn time management, work-life balance, take scheduled breaks whenever possible, invest in your own health, physical and mental health. A burnt out doctor can never ever deliver quality care. So remember that you have to maintain yourself and manage your time properly and invest in yourself as well. Next slide. And of course, academic growth is extremely important. India needs more strong academic hepatologists, and you have to present at national conferences. You have to keep publishing, join registries, participate in clinical trials, and always Be close to your students. Be part of the DNB or DM program wherever you are. Make sure you are always academically active, because once you lose your academics, you become redundant. So never do that. Always remember that. Next one. So my action plan after this 10 commandments, what I suggest to our students, first year, wherever, after you complete wherever you are, focus on clinical excellence and practice documentation, learn the hospital systems, and improve communication. In the second year, build a patient base, participate in audits and committees, and start a professional branding gradually. From year three onwards, start taking leadership roles, negotiate with the management smartly, and mentor your juniors. Always have your team and never be alone. Next slide. So, golden formula for being successful wherever you are is clinical excellence, teamwork, patient care, and patient outcomes are the utmost importance, and business awareness, never ever compromising on ethics. Always do the right thing. Next slide. So my journey from ILBS, this is very nostalgic for me. A few slides only. Next slide. So this is my our first group photo with sir. All the residents in January 2011. My colleague Paras also is seen next to sir. Uh, Unfortunately, he left us in between. But that time you can see Shastri also, second from third from the left, young Shastri. That time he was, so we know Shastri since then. So it was really wonderful those days with all this, so many non-academic residents and few academic residents
Rajiv
when
is
the
there.
program actually started.
Is Rajiv there?
Yes.
Yes,
We can see
Rajiv.
Dr. Rajiv also in the
Rajiv
picture.
also is there.
Yes, sir. Next slide. And this, when I could get the opportunity to meet President of India, APJ Abdul Kalam sir, it was a huge honor for us as residents. It was it's a lifetime opportunity, and we always thank Sarin sir for that, for these opportunities which he gave us in residency. Uh, it's really it's an honor, and forever treasured these photos in the ILBS Foundation Day when President of India presided over our function. Next slide. And then this was in 2012 when Ashok, Ankur, Naveen, and Shastri batch joined a group photo. You can see uh, the faculty, Girish sir, that time as Chief Operating Officer, all the residents. I think the ILBS was always been defined by residents. Always Sarin sir used to give utmost importance to residents because they are the future, and it was such a delight to work in ILBS. I mean, I always keep looking at these photos and just keep looking at the thinking about those wonderful years. Next slide. And this were the initial publications. So Sarin sir used to be behind us with a danda. Uh, This was the publication I wrote in my, I think, the second part of my first year. Sarin sir told you have to finish your paper in 3 days. So I sat day and night post duty in 2011, and I wrote the review article in hepatitis C. So I think those things matter. They're all opportunities. What we don't understand when we're in ILBS, but actually each one of this is an opportunity for you as residents to actually understand each of this exercise matters so much for you in the future. And I really thank the department for giving so much of, I mean, for trusting us with such papers. So this was another editorial. Sir gave us an opportunity to write in hepatology. Next slide. So then some other review articles, original papers. So much of work we used to do in ILBS, and we never felt that pain or the pressure or something. It was all about passion, and we really enjoyed a lot. And the patients taught us so much. It was more of a family. It was just amazing. It was just amazing. Next slide. We not only writing papers, we also had this opportunity to conduct conferences. This was a international conference on HCC. Sir spearheaded those days, and all so many international faculty came from across the world. It happened in Delhi. Next slide. We had consensus meetings, and second APSL consensus meeting happened in Bangladesh. That time, sir had given me rapporteur position. This consensus meeting we organized in Delhi, where different faculty from across the world came. It happened in ILBS in the old auditorium. You can see there, sir addressing the all the delegates, the faculty. It was absolutely remarkable those days, and I mean these pictures are forever treasured, and we always have to keep looking at these pictures and keep getting inspired, and again go back to the basics and never forget your roots. Next slide. And this is I was going through my laptop and I found this. I had written, I don't know when I wrote this in ILBS, so I thought I will share it with all the students. I'm happy to be part of the first batch of DM course having selected by ILBS. This is a world-class institution with the very best of equipment in endoscopy, liver transplant, most modern surgical theaters, tucked away in the visibly calm Basant Kunj area of Delhi. Those days it was calm, now it is not anymore. That this institution is pioneering in hepatology or liver transplant is born out of the fact that its infrastructure is being expanded feverishly from day one itself. Its services are in great demand from the commoners as well as the elite of the elites, the who is the who in the bureaucracy, the government. Actually, it's a president's resident's pleasure to render treatment services and also get to know the bigwigs at the same time. The work schedules at ILBS may be tight to commiserate the high flow of patients, but it is a delight looking for rich experience. The faculty here are eminent, imparting high quality education to us, and the residents get to practice what they learn academically. No doubt it's a double bonanza for us. Finally, the best part of the cake is working with Sarin sir, the head of the institute and the world renowned hepatologist. Here we are fortunate to be associated as the leader and the institute. Both have fame and name, and in all humility, we only wish and pray that we will implement the best practices we gather in ILBS in our own career ahead. This was my take when I was in ILBS. I don't know for what forum I wrote. I was just going through my laptop, and then I found this. This I written during my I think first year. Maybe when the students the second year batch joined for the orientation program, I had written I think the next slide. But this I'm sure everybody will remember when I had to describe our faculty. Uh, so I wanted this was a welcome note I had given to Ashok Ankur batch from students' perspective. So I described Sarin sir as a visionary. I mean, this was my introductory speech at that time. Sarin sir, a visionary leader, academician, administrator, one-man army, strict but caring for his students, and always lends a helping hand. Long working hours, tireless, selfless, determined, always looking for his students to excel in all fields. A multitasker, clinician, researcher, a true inspiration, without any doubt. Probably we can never become like him, but at least we should start working in that way. That is important. Vikram Bhatia sir, a role model for us, extremely caring for his patients, no doubt about it. A master of his endoscopic ultrasound and all procedures, areas of interest, biliary and pancreatic pathologies. Very good academician, always relies on basic clinical medicine before any investigations. That's what I imbibe from Vikram sir. Then Manoj sir, a genius, a reincarnation of Einstein probably, calm, composed, and a killer when it comes to academics. He sets the tough papers. He prepares his PPTs in those days in 10 minutes. He used to write paper in 10 minutes. Nowadays, he'll give you stock auctions in 10 seconds. A superb statistician taking flying rounds, but never keeps his patient unhappy. He keeps his students unhappy because he's never satisfied with their performance. But that's how he makes them excel to international standards, and he's apt in charge of academics. Next slide. After my stint in ILBS, I got an opportunity to work with Professor Ella in Chennai Global, and this was my co-hepatologist Joy and Dinesh at that time with Ellen. Next slide. With Professor Ella, I could go to different places. That time we had gone to Jakarta, Singapore, for a MOU signing, and then we went to APS at Shanghai. It was very innovative and delightful years those days with Professor Ella. I could imbibe a lot about the different things of liver transplantation, because in those days ILBS, the liver transplant program was a new area. Now it's huge. So I learned a lot from Dr. Ella and the liver team in Chennai Global. Next slide. Then I moved in COVID time to Gleneagles, that is Global Hospitals previously, Gleneagles in Hyderabad in 2020. It was very eventful. I'm sure all of you are aware what happened in COVID, but it was something which was driven by the family. So, and it was an opportunity to reinvigorate the program in Hyderabad. Next slide. So these are all different success stories we had in Hyderabad Global. Both pediatric and adults, very sick patients, and each one was a success story. Uh, Next slide. We also did a dual lobe liver transplant, first time in Hyderabad. Then we also felicitated the women donors in the International Women's Day, because most of the donors, living donors, are women. So we wanted to celebrate their courage and sacrifice. It was really momentous occasions. Next slide. Then, as a complete team, we moved over after more than 5 6 years in Hyderabad Global. We moved 5 years. Last year, our entire team moved to KIMS. It is a bigger platform, so the entire team thought that it is better that to change course, and that's how we're doing now. Next slide. So we not only have living donor, we also have a vibrant cadaver program, like a hub and spoke model. Cadaver program in multiple hospitals we have. So that's how we are able to do the best for our patients. Everybody need not have donor. Those who do not have donors, we can help them with cadaver program. So we never run out of options. Next slide. So this is my final slide. This is my profile now. But in the end, whatever I am today is because of ILBS, Serin sir, and all the excellent faculty of ILBS. It's a dream. It was a living dream for me in those days. I always yearn and remember those wonderful years. And the best part of my life, I feel, was always in ILBS. Next slide. And I thank my family. So my wife is a practicing pediatric anesthetist in Rainbow Children's, and our son is now in fifth standard. So whatever we are today, it's because of their support. And thank you all for your patient listening.